Today I'll introduce a consumable used in the maintenance of an electronic product, rosin. Rosin has two main functions in maintenance. One is when the repaired motherboard has a short circuit. We can find shorted components, or a circuit with a shorted component connected. Electronic components show signs of heating when they are short-circuited. Use a soldering iron to melt the rosin, and then put it over the surface of this component to heat. The smoke emitted by the rosin will remain on the surface of the motherboard, energize the shorted circuit. It is found that the surface of the component in a certain area is melted. Suppose that the surface of this capacitor is melted. If the surface of a single capacitor is melted, it may be that the capacitor is damaged. This is one of the functions. Another function is to solder the chip. A chip on this motherboard has been removed. If we want to solder this chip, you can also use rosin as flux to use. There are two methods. One is to heat with a hot air gun to melt the rosin. Use tweezers to pick up the right amount of rosin. Put it in the area that needs to be welded. Blow to melt it. This is one of the methods. Here is another method, similar to the method of looking for short-circuit components. Get a little rosin with a soldering iron. Then go to the area that needs to be welded to smoke. Smoke the area to be welded with a thin layer of rosin smoke. To weld like that. When rosin is used as a substitute for solder paste, it is not as easy to operate as solder paste, because rosin is solid when cooled. Crystalline solid state. Then it will become more sticky when melted. The amount applied is difficult to control, and after the rosin has cooled, this crystalline hard residue is on the perimeter of the chip. Cleaning will be more difficult. We mainly use it to find the hot spot of short circuit on the motherboard during maintenance. When buying rosin, we can check to see if there are any impurities inside. Like this rosin I'm holding now. The quality is not that good. Like this area. Here. And here. And this. You can clearly see some black stuff in there. This rosin is not very good if used for welding. The higher the transparency, the higher the purity. The better the rosin material. So much for rosin. Thank you for watching.